Question 3. After a big win over Baylor, are the Pokes your favorite for the Big 12 title?
It's hard to say no. It is really hard to say no to not think that Oklahoma State is my favorite for the Big Ten championship. But as we've talked about week in and week out on the show, the Big 12 is so deep. I think the only teams that I would be concerned about right now is West Virginia. But West Virginia could come in and beat almost all of the other Big 12 teams any given day. Now, I think there was a stat that was going out this week, and there's a couple, I think 4 Big 12 games this week, and all of them except one include a ranked team somewhere. The only game that doesn't include an unranked team is Oklahoma and Texas. How about that? If you had that on your bingo card this year, thinking that once we got to the Oklahoma Texas game, both those teams be unranked, I'd be shocked. That game is going to be very interesting once we get to Texas and Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma still has a great team. I think that's just not the team that they've expected. I think they have an opportunity to win this football game. Quinn Ewers is supposed to return back for Texas. We saw what Quinn Ewers did in the first quarter against Alabama. If it is anything like we saw with Quinn Ewers in that first quarter against Alabama, watch out Oklahoma State, watch out Baylor, watch out the rest of the Big Ten, because I think Texas can come and take over and win this entire thing, the entire Big 12, if Texas has a top-notch Quinn Ewers. I really do think that that's the possibilities here. I was skeptical at the beginning of the season about how much disrespect Baylor was given after the game last week against Oklahoma State. Some was warranted. Now, Baylor put up a good show. They had some turnovers at the end of the game, trying to throw the ball where they didn't have any need to throw the ball, but they were trying to make plays to get up in the score and get back into the football game. So some of the stat lines don't look the greatest. Oklahoma State is a good football team. They have Sanders, who arguably should be in the Heisman race if he's not already. I like the Pokes, but don't sleep on Texas. Don't sleep on some of these other teams either. I mean, the Kansas Jayhawks, undefeated. TCU, undefeated. We're going to see that game. We're going to see that matchup this week, college game day matchup. That one should be very interesting. I'm fascinated by that matchup. I think we can really see a good taste of what the rest of Big 12 play is going to look like after watching Kansas versus TCU. We saw what TCU did to Oklahoma last week, and I'm still sleeping on half the teams in the Big 12. Didn't even talk about Kansas State, but right now, I'm going to say Oklahoma State is my favorite team in the Big 12. I want you to say don't sleep on Texas. I think that they have a prime opportunity to really make a move and find their way into that title game. I think we're going to have a Big 12 champion with 2 losses, maybe even 3. Now, that might hurt them in the college football playoffs, but that's still fun football to me.